Today, I want to talk to you about anime's strongest, and I heavily mean strongest, dumbass. This nigga is stupider than a ton of bricks with Down syndrome. Hey, you cannot say that. My fault. Mash is a character born in a world where magic is societal class. Magic is your status. If you're better at magic, you're better at people. If you're better at people, you're better at magic. It's just hand in hand within each other. But as you can see, our boy Mash is living out in the woods, and the mark that defines whether or not you have high grade magic or any at all is absent from his face. Now, while you're looking at his face, you may have been distracted, but this nigga has a fucking 39 pack and a strict workout regimen. He has not skipped a single workout day since he was born. Whenever we first see this nigga, look at him. Look at him pump. He is a fucking machine. Now, I'm not trying to be one of those YouTubers, but if I were to pull up this little graph right here, oh my God. No. Oh my God. If every single person who watched my videos but weren't subscribed, I could maybe afford a new monitor or a chair or a table because mine got a crack in it. Oh, Mash is a maniacal meathead. He is strong as all shit. The first time we see him, look at this nigga trying to open the door. He doesn't fucking know how. He slams it through the fucking doorway. And he's like, my bad, Pops. It was an accident. And Pops is like, well, I can't be mad at that. Look at how sincerely he apologized. So my nigga Mash's dad decides, hey, I'm finna go out into the forest on some adventure type shit. And Mash, even though told to stay home, you know he's not staying home. He has to go grab some cream puffs, high quality. He goes into the town and everyone realizes, what the fuck? This guy has no face mark. He must be black. He gets some cream puffs, he's eating them, and there's a drunk guard who's drinking over 90% alcohol. Which, I'm not a professional with alcohol or anything, but I'm pretty sure over 90% is fucking ridiculous. So this guard is giving Mash a hard time, and my nigga Mash is not one to deal with the foolishness. So he takes the corner of his shirt and yank it, rips that bitch off and says, I'll be taking these home with me. Later, of course, the police find this nigga's house and they're here to cause commotion. But they didn't know my nigga Mash is an absolute striker. Cue the Brazilian funk music because he handles these niggas like somebody in Blue Lock would. He gives them the meanest stare down I've ever seen, proceeds to trap and dribble this nigga's magic spell that took down a dragon all around him, and then smacks the shit out of him. Get out of my face. Then the police officer would give that nigga Mash a proposition. If you come with me and go to school and become a magical headmaster, then I'll leave you alone. Other option is to be ruthlessly hunted down by me for the rest of your life. Obviously, the choice is quite simple. Only problem being he's now attending a school for magic wielders with no magic. Let me tell you how Mash is him Jones in the school. I bit my tongue. Let me tell you why Mash is him Jones. Because during this test of various assorted activities you have to do to show your ranking and your capability as a sorcerer, Mash finds a way to do them with raw strength. He's handed an encoded paper with magic that you must dispel to even read, that which he looks at it and says, stop. And it does, because he's Mash. Running on water, no problem. Lifting a boulder, he does it with his fingernail. I'm telling you, he's Timothy. The instructor blows a gasket and says, fuck it. The professor makes this maze full of walls that are 1 meter thick and impervious to magic. Mash will get stopped by some random girl asking to team up with him, which he says, why? And then she says, well, for efficiency. And he says, okay. Lo and behold, she betrayed him. She's trying to stop him up so he doesn't pass the exam because the teacher does not like him. She puts magical cuffs around him and says, sorry, it has to be done. He says, yeah, I get it. Stands up and says, well, I'll be on my way then. Breaks the cuffs and leaves. The girl is then approached by some mythical deity, of course, too strong for her to figure out the riddle to and beat. And then Mash comes up, mink it, time to leave. The headmaster takes a liking to Mash. He interviews him. He even puts his father's life on the line. He says, what will you do? Mash, of course, shows his sovereign citizenship, and he puts his own physical condition and health on the line to save those around him. What a stand-up guy. And then proceeds to tell the headmaster, do this shit again, and I will beat the fucking shit out of you. And then the headmaster says, I like it. We didn't get to see Mash entering the school with a bunch of classmates all around him in his first magical test. Of course, he brute strengths his way through it, and then after a quick cussing out of the teacher and then stating that God is false, he heads to his dorm room. And isn't it poetic justice to see this video end the same way it started? This nigga Mash still can't use a fucking